Welcome to Tinzkie Chinita vlog.
Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Manel. I've
Sure.
been here for nearly 10 years now, I think.
Yeah.
10 years this year. This month, sorry. End of this month, I will be turning 10 years here in Malta. Yeah, and I was a carer before. Now I work in childcare.
So how did you end up working as a child care?
Kailangan English?
Pwede naman, mix mo na lang. Okay naman.
Nag-start yun before ko ma-meet si Pierre, before kami kasal.
By the way guys, she is not single as well. She is married with a very handsome man and no other than Pierre Portelli. Shout out to you, Pierre.
Shout out to you.
Shout out.
We know you're going to watch this vlog.
I know you, so you have to mention your name. You don't have
Yes.
Okay.
It started when I married Pierre. Because since, once you're married, you cannot stay working as a full-time live-in carer, which most of us used to do. So, nung kinasal kami, tapos hindi ako nagtrabaho agad, parang 2 years or 1.5 year, wala akong work. It so happened na nagtatrabaho siya sa retail, sales, and then meron siya mga contact na mga schools, childcare, and then nakausap niya yung isa dun sa mga may-ari ng childcare. Then nagkataon naman na hiring sila, yung naghahanap sila at that time. So yun, nirefer siya ng kakilala niya na, parang sinabihan siya na may vacancy, if you're interested, ganyan. Kasi nakwento niya din na he has a wife na Filipina, and parang magiging maganda na mag-work siya sa mga bata. So yun, doon ako nag-start mag-work.
Or nag-study ka dito sa Pilipinas or dito na sa Malta? Ng
Sa
course
childcare. Dito na.
So how long it took you to study the course?
Ano siya, kasi at that time na nag-start ako ng course, hindi siya yung continuous na level 3 and level 4. Parang 7 months or 8 months level 3. Then I had to stop after that. Tapos yung level 4 naman.
How much did you pay for this course?
For the course.
So
ano siya?
at least other people will have idea.
Yes.
So
Yung
want
child care course, per level, hindi ko lang alam ngayon kasi ngayon wala na atang level 3, level 4 na lang. 1,000 euros siya.
So that 1,000 euros is payable for one go, or just you have to...
You have an option to pay by cash na one go or installment siya
Hanggang matapos ang
hanggang
course.
matapos yung course.
Which is a good idea naman. Pero especially for us, like a Filipinos na who would like to pursue other career, na katulad mo, maging childcare assistant.
Ngayon ang tawag sa amin actually is educator na. Kasi we're under the education department na. So, hindi na kami yung parang babysitter or parang finding lang.
How did you meet your husband?
Parang hindi, alam mo naman yung
But for the people who would like to share the inspired story about finding your love, the love of your life.
wasn't planned at all. Kasi I never would have thought that I would be in it with a foreigner because that wasn't my plan.
Just the plan is to work here most of the same
Just
time
to work here and
to enjoy the travel.
yes, and probably find a Filipino boyfriend here.
Yeah, you're listening.
That was my plan. But I didn't know that God has a plan as well for
Something
me.
different, which is amazing.
Yes, and it's totally the opposite and completely different from my own plan. So we met through my auntie, my friends, my close friends. She organized a party one evening for a dinner party, and then I was late because at the time I was still working as a carer. And she just randomly told us na I have a visitor, I have a friend, and at that time we were used to her having a lot of visitors, like just find someone, behind the door and say, so I'm Terry's friend, okay. And then we started going out, and the rest is history. And then we got married, and they were there, all my close friends. And now we've been together
For how
for
many years?
6 years now. Married. 7 years together.
God bless you both.
Yes.
The first job you have here in Malta.
Actually, my first job was a nanny. That was my first job. My first.
Do you like it or you just forced to do it?
I was forced to do it. I was forced to
It wasn't
do
your
it.
intention to work abroad.
No. Well, to work abroad, I somehow knew that I would go abroad because obviously I had my auntie here, I had my
Yes.
cousins who were here before, and actually that was the plan, that I would become a nurse because I have a cousin who is a nurse. That would become like her.
Well, at the same time, because you have a nursing background.
I have a nursing background, but I didn't practice. I didn't finish my whole degree. But as I said, we can plan, but it's God's plan that always happen. Yes. Heard the story of Ate Leonor.
The
My
opposite.
story is worse.
She's the opposite.
Yes, I didn't know. Not because we have yaya or something, but I was, since I'm the only girl,
She's being
I was-
pampered back
Yes,
home.
I was spoiled in a way that I was spoiled with attention, with love, with care.
So the parents
So-
didn't let her to work at
Yes,
home. So
yes.
it's just
And
like
Even
Princess Sarah.
na walang mansion,
Princess
walang
Sarah.
oo. So ayun, wala talaga akong alam. Meron pang souvenir na balat na
Kasi
tansik
napaso.
as you
You've changed. I've seen you.
yes.
You've grown.
As you get
Smart.
older, I have to learn
You have to adapt to the environment.
and with the situation you have
Exactly.
right now, with the life you have.
It
Yeah.
changed you. It really changed you. You are like a matured woman.
God has changed me. Yes, it's through His grace that I am where I am right now.
Yeah.
I
And what was your first impression in Malta? I mean, not just the country, but the people and the place.
First impression, I really loved. From the beginning, the first time I ever stepped into this country, the first thing I felt was safety.
Yes, exactly.
Because I was at the airport, I remember, and there was Ninang there and Ate Genevieve, and I left. Like she called me to do something, and I was like in a rush to grab my luggage, and she told me, "No, iwan mo na yan dyan. You can just leave your luggage." I told
But
her,
that,
"No,
we're
what if-"
talking about 10 years ago, right?
10 years ago.
So it was
yes.
way different compared
Yes,
to
but that was
today.
my first impression, and she told me, "No, leave it there, kasi wala namang, no one will ever touch your, or no one will ever steal your luggage there. It's safe here." And I told her, "Really?" And I was like, it was a shock for me
Because back in the Philippines, you
No.
cannot do those things.
I never.
Once you left your things behind,
No.
you don't expect to see it again because it's gone.
No, you have to be careful. Yes.
And
I love the place. I love the people that they're helpful. Even
in your case, because probably other
my
people
case.
doesn't have the same experience like what you have.
I'm sharing from my personal
That's
own
personal experience. Even me, I'm always saying that I always have a good experience with the people here in Malta, that they always
Yes.
helpful. And even for the people I've worked with, you're like a family. So it's not just like when you work because you're employee, sorry, but you work because you're part of the family. So that's the
Yes.
important thing to treasure. And what is the hard experience? We're talking about work experience.
work
Uh,
from when I started.
when you
working
started
here.
working.
There's only one time that I really felt like I was being sort of abused, and in a way that I'm really, yes, the reality kicked in. Like, yes, I'm really a worker, an OFW. But this was the only time. I mean, the rest of the times that I work with Maltese and with their families, they're all lovely, they're all helpful, they're all kind. One of the most helpful people I know in the world are the Maltese. So this is the only one time, which actually was also my fault, because at the time I was still a bit immature in a way. But when my former employer canceled my permit without my consent, because we had an argument, because my patient at the time, who was her mother, was sick. So obviously she needed medical attention and we had to call an ambulance. And she wanted me to live in the hospital. So that's when the problem started, because obviously no one can live in a hospital.
Yeah.
And then they started saying, no, you are only allowed to leave when we come, when someone replaces you, you know. And if you need something, make a list, and we're going to give them to you. We're going to give what you need, you know, from my own belongings, you know, not from a shop or something, but they're going to start, you know, going through my own things. And this is something that I used to see on television or to watch on something you watch on, you know, on drama, and this is happening to me. And then obviously I'm not going to stay quiet and not tell her about what I need to say, because I know my rights. You know, you have to know your rights as an OFW. So that's the only experience that I will never forget, that I still mention sometimes, you know. And it made me strong, actually. And
So over the years, you learned and you became stronger.
I became stronger. I became mature. I'm not completely mature, but I'm in the process of becoming mature because of the experiences that God has put in my life, and because of what God is doing now. That's what's making me mature.
I think me and her, I mean, we have the same perspective when it comes to faith, because we believe both in God.
And we have the same personality.
Yes. So are you planning to stay here for a longer period of time, just to retire here with your husband?
Well, actually, I've spoken about this with Pierre, with my husband, but our plan is to retire in the Philippines. But I think I will miss the safety.
Yes, sure, because if we compare the safety of this country compared to the others, I feel more
safe.
Yeah, it's like 80%, although it's not the same as like 10 years
before,
ago.
or 11
It's changed every
day, every minute it changes for the worse.
With the people, with the environment, with everything that's happening at the moment, it changed. But for me, I still have that sense of safety over here. I feel like this is the second home.
Yes, for me. For me, it's the same. And even the travel-wise, like when you travel, I think I will miss this.
The opportunity to go around Europe, that's my bucket list.
Yes.
Inspiring me how to build more, even stronger relationship with God. Although I have a good relationship with God, because I am not the one who goes to the church every now and then. I just have to have my intimate relationship that I can talk to Him anytime. There's no time that you have to talk to God. But for you to give time to God is a must.
But I always send her. Actually, to both of them, I always send them scriptures, like Bible verses.
Really
yes.
That reminds me every day.
To always remind you of the words. The three of us have faith in God, and we know that.
We do.
But reading His words are comforting. That's where you really, really hold on to His promises, because, diba, ano yung maho-hold on mo kung hindi mo alam yung mga salita ng Diyos? So, it's good that you also read them when you have time or when you can. Diba?
Okay, so one more thing. What will be the same question that I asked to Anthony? What is your advice for those people who would like to come to Malta to work?
Siguro yung mabibigay ko, most probably, yung advice na mabibigay ko is hindi lang siya for coming here to Malta.
But just every other country.
Yes, going abroad in general. Iisipin mo kung bakit ka mag-a-abroad. Okay, sabihin na natin kasi very common yung sagot, para sa pamilya ko, para sa anak ko. Pero iisipin mo muna ng mga ilang beses kasi hindi siya madali. Hindi mo sasabihin
the
na,
reality.
oo, kahit anong trabaho gagawin ko, hindi mo yun, pag nandito ka na, iba na yung magiging perspective mo kasi doon mo na maiisip na, bakit nga ba talaga ako umalis? Yun yung una mong tatanungin sa sarili mo, na personal, na ano yung dahilan, bakit ka aalis?
Kakayanin mo ba?
Kakayanin mo ba? Okay, sabihin na kakayanin mo lahat para sa pamilya. Kasi lahat naman ganun yung sagot eh. Pare-pareho lang eh. Pero deep inside you, kakayanin mo ba talaga? Yung lungkot?
So you need to be ready.
kailangan mong i-prepare yung sarili mo. Hindi lang yung physical na, hindi, kaya yan. Part-time
Emotionally
dito, or ano, emotional, spiritual, lahat. Kailangan mong i-prepare. Kasi hindi siya talaga madali. Lalo na pag tumatagal ka na, mas nagiging mahirap. Yun yung reality. Kahit na sabihin mo, nandiyan naman si Lord. Totoo yun. Pero i-prepare mo yung sarili mo. Physically, spiritually, emotionally. Yun yung una mong tanongin na, ready ka ba? Kasi hindi madaling mag-abroad. Tsaka para kanino mo siya ginagawa. Tsaka kailangan yung mindset mo is a goal talaga. Kasi ako dati, alam nila ni Ate Leonor, alam ni Tina, hindi ako yung, since nga wala akong freedom before, kasi dependent ako sa lahat. Hindi ako marunong mag-save dati, before ko ma-meet si Pierre. Kasi nga para akong ibon na pinakawalan sa pinakawalan sa hawla.
Everything is for myself.
Oo. Tsaka si mama kasi ganun yung sabi natin. O pag nag-abroad ka, mabibili mo yan. Edi, ganun yung ginawa ko. So dapat pag mag-abroad ka, iisipin mo yung goal mo. Dapat may goal ka na.
And I think it's, you have to know what is your needs and your wants, your priorities.
Exactly. Oo. Dapat alam mo siya kung ano yung goal mo, yung priorities mo, kung bakit ka mag-abroad. Tsaka i-prepare mo yung sarili mo. Yun yung mga advice ko siguro.
Kasi expect mo naman yung unexpected eh.
Oo.
Ganun.
Tsaka dapat iisipin mo kung sino ba yung parang kinakapitan mo. Kasi kung doon sa material, sa pera, sa pamilya, pwede kang ma-disappoint, pwede kang ma-depress. Pero kung sa Diyos ka kakapit, sa Kanya mo iiwan lahat, hindi ka kahit anong mangyari, kumbaga, hindi ka ma-shake. Iiyak ka, okay, matatag ka pa rin. Kasi, hindi siya
malakas yung foundation.
Oo, malakas yung, hindi siya yung nawawala ng mga bagay na physical. So yun, yung mga advice.
I think it's normal as well na, lalo na sa ating mga OFWs na, every now and then, we feel, yung tired na physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's normal to cry or to do something na let it out. Kasi normal lang yun, wala kang, either you have to talk to a good friend or someone just to let it out. It's normal. Just for your way out na hindi mo siya is-sink in lahat ng mga yung heavy loads na naramdaman mo. Kasi eventually yan, it will affect your well-being.
Your well-being, yes. Exactly.
So, ganun. So, today is really a wonderful words with you guys. I really have a good time talking to you. And of course, the intention is just to share your experience and your opinions with how your life here in Malta as an OFW and of course as a married woman. And hopefully we soon have our own as well. And praying for that. So one day,
next time, dapat we should do an interview about friendship. Ganon.
Yes, we do.
Diba, Ate Leonor?
Okay,
About
so
love
next
life.
episode, it will be cover about our friends, how we built our friendships.
And the love life.
The love life. Okay.
Next time, dapat may sa susunod na.
So thank you guys for watching us as always, and don't forget to subscribe, to like and comment. If you have any questions, just don't forget to just
Like and
down
subscribe.
So I'll just show
God
you.
bless.
God bless. Have a nice day.
Dito ka, te.
Dito ka na.
Pwede na tayo magsama. God bless you.
God bless.
Bye.